Hello, hello. Welcome to Crazy Games. We are here in Genshin Impact, in Kokomi's secret rest lair. And, we're gonna continue the story. Warriors stream like spring grass renewing. Dracaena Somnolenta Chapter Act 1, Victory Banquet. Go to the site of the Victory Feast. Go to the site of the Victory Feast with Kokomi and listen to her speech. Alright, let's do it. Do I go up? Let's go up. So yeah, we kind of spent some time with Kokomi while she removed herself from a lot of her stressors, I guess. Like, a lot of people has been relying on her a little bit too much, so she decided to go to that, like, secret cave of her to, like, regain energy and rest up. And we spent a little bit of time with her, and it seems like she really appreciated that. And now she has to get ready for this banquet that has brought warring factions together to talk some peace.
どうやら祝賀会の準備もそろそろ終わるようですね。しかし宴が始まる前に私の方から簡単な演説をしなくてはなりません。
ここみのエネルギー足りるか
な。ご安心を。全く問題ありません。あなたたちのおかげでエネルギーがとても早く回復しました。
よかった。オイラたちも応援してるぞ。
Kokomi walked by the banquet fire and starts to give a speech.
お疲れ様です。本日は祝賀会へようこそ。
I was kind of imagining this to be at Sangonomiya Shrine, and actually look a bit more extravagant than this, but it looks like just a bunch of people gathering around a fire pit.
ついに我々と幕府軍の戦争は終わり、メガリレーの廃止も見届けることができました。稲妻の未来がどうなるのか、私には予測できません。
Oh.
しかし、私は明日、天領奉行と和平交渉を進め、渡積島の平和のために最善を尽くします。
I thought this was the peace talks itself, but this is just like a little party before the peace talks.
皆さんのご尽力があったからこそ、このような困難な戦いに勝つことができました。皆さんには感謝しています。この祝賀会は、ここにいるすべての方に用意したものです。苦労して勝ち取ったこの勝利をしっかりと楽しみましょう。
I can't help but feel like she has been taken credit for like the travelers like work in front of her people, which I guess isn't necessarily bad if it keeps up like morale and keeps people have confidence in her leadership. But like, she hasn't really acknowledged that it was actually the traveler that essentially ended the war and ended the Vision Hunt decree. But everyone's looking to her to like somehow, I don't know, it was like her accomplishment that, or she was responsible for the abolishment and the ending of this war, it seems like. After a while, ...
宴も順調で何の問題も起きなくて本当に良かった。人は楽しい気持ちになると誰かに打ち明けたいという気持ちが高まる傾向にあるようです。私のためにもう少し情報を集めていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
I honestly don't know why MiHoYo keeps adding this into the game where we gotta go talk to random NPCs for more information. This is just like, it just bloats the story so much and just makes the story like really hard to go through. It's just like, oh, now I gotta talk to people and listen to their stupid opinions about what's going on. Why can't we just like get into like a crazy feast section and then just go to the peace talks and just move the story forward. Who cares what like nobodies in Watatsumi Island think about the situation right now? The real importance is what Kokomi thinks about the situation, what Kujo Sera and Raiden Shogun thinks about their situation, and what I'm guessing um, Ayaka Kamisato's opinion of the situation is. That's what's important, not random NPCs. Why do they keep making us do this random NPC information gathering in all these different stories?
天領奉行とファデュイの結託について未だに決め手となる証拠がありません。明日の交渉で何か起きないか心配なのです。
わかった。オイラたちが調査してくるぜ。
Hi, Rai. Ah, I see you got some fishes here. Let me see. There's a short and fat one, a long and skinny one. Hey, they're just the same things, just like mirror imaged. Actually, no, this long one looks a little shorter than the other long one. Anyways, we're actually here to intimidate you by standing on your supply and looking taller than you, and also ask you what you think about the peace talks.
サンゴノミヤ様のおかげで渡積島に今の平和がある。
What? It's all thanks to Her Excellency? Are you serious? Did she fight against La Signora after finding out the Fatui's involvement in creating this war or puppeteering this war? Was she the one who went into Raiden Shogun's Euthymia to defeat her and essentially convince her, I guess alongside Yae Miko, convince A to like abolish the Vision Hunt decree? Was it Kokomi that did that? I don't think so. Where are you hearing your news, Hirai?
最近？そうだな。俺たちにとって一番の出来事といえば、海に出て魚を取れるようになったことかな。
Okay.
戦争をしてた時は海上に戦線がたくさんあったから、近くで小魚やエビを取るしかできなかった。
Oh, the open seas were full of warships. I was never under an impression that there was naval battles between the resistance and the shogunate. It was mostly implied that it was like fought within the islands between like soldiers, wasn't it? At least that's the one cutscene that we got. It was like a fight between Kujo Sera and Goro, and then they were losing, like the resistance was losing, and then Kokomi came out of nowhere with Beidou and Kazuha and kind of saved the day. So it doesn't seem like there was naval battles, unless they're implying that Beidou was in a naval battle while escorting Kokomi to the battlefield or something. I feel like MiHoYo has done a really bad job letting the player know what's happening in the story. Especially, maybe I'm just not doing a good job as a player in investigating what's happening in the story, but I feel like I've been pretty thorough with trying to talk to everyone to get an idea of what's going on. Like, I frequently talk to the NPCs and just to hear what they have to say about whatever they have to say when I'm not recording. And a lot of the times they just talk about some stupid thing. They don't really talk about what's going on. They're usually like worried about some stupid thing that only affects them. Like there's these like bunch of chefs who's worried about finding a specific food or whatever, and then there's like this guy who like wanted to this like samurai guy who got fired by the Tenryu Commission, and he's like looking for work, and then he decides to work with the food people to find more food or something, or be their bodyguard as they find food. It doesn't really go in depth with the main Archon story about like the resistance versus the shogunate all that often. So yeah, I feel like Mihoyo dropped the ball in telling this Archon story, or at least this story involving Inazuma and the stuff that happens within it.
収穫がほとんどない時もあって、みんな腹を空かせてたよ。子供がそれで泣いているのに、どうすることもできなかった。毎晩腹がうめき声を上げ、眠ることもできず、そのまま夜が明けたこともある。それが今はようやく少しずつ良くなってきたんだ。
You're pretty ripped for a hungry person.
聞いたよ。メカジキ2番隊の隊長なんだってな。この戦いに勝つために手を貸してくれて本当にありがとう。さっき取ったばかりのこの魚を君にあげよう。受け取ってくれ。
It almost seems like demeaning that he's only thanking us because we are the captain of Swordfish 2, which really didn't do anything major in changing the tides of battle. We just like fought a bunch of Fatui, or not even Fatui, it was a bunch of renegades or something, a bunch of treasure hoarders and Ronins that has infiltrated our back lines or something like that. So it wasn't even like specifically to further the resistance like cause against the shogun, but we're being thanked for that instead of being thanked for actually like going head to head against the shogun and winning and changing her mind about this whole thing. But then again, like Kokomi is the one taking credit for actually winning the war. What's going on here? What are you talking about, Paimon? I guess Paimon might also have the same sentiment that no, we couldn't possibly take a fish for being the captain of Swordfish 2. In fact, we should take all your fishes for actually changing the tides of battle by actually fighting against all the major players on the opposing side.
いいんだ。君がいなかったら俺たちはまだ腹を空かせてたかもしれない。恩はしっかりと返す。そう、三五宮様に教えられてるんだ。
わかった。じゃあこれは受け取っておくよ。ありがとな。旅人、他の人にも聞いてみようぜ。
Alright, talk to the nearby crowd. Kabasawawawa. Oh, this has changed actually. Victory Banquet. Talk to the nearby crowd. Kokomi believes that the relaxed atmosphere will increase people's tendency to confide their feelings. Time to investigate the rumors while the victory feast is still ongoing. Kabasawa. Kabasawa doesn't sell any cabbages. But she does sell, what is that, like daikon? And potatoes, it looks like. Is that potatoes? It looks like potatoes, sure. What's up?
寄ってらっしゃい、見てらっしゃい。新鮮な果物と野菜、どれもお肉のお供にぴったりだよ。
You have a vegetable or two vegetables. Or does potatoes count as vegetables? Or is she saying like what I think is a potato is actually like a fruit of some kind? If that's the case, she has a vegetable and a fruit. What's new? Anything to report?
燃料奉行とファデュイが結託していること？
Oh yes.
私もその噂を聞いたけど、それ以上は何も知らないよ。
Give us the goods, Kabisawa.
でも兵士たちがそわそわしているのは私も感じてたわ。ほら、あそこの兵士を見て。
That sketchy guy over there stabbing the air?
ここ最近、あの人なんだかおかしいのよ。大きな声を張り上げながら長槍をずっと振り回しててね。恐ろしいわ。
I think it's because he likes you.
はあ、せっかく戦争が終わったんだし、もうこれ以上何も起きないといいんだけど。私が知ってるのはこれだけよ。もし気になるのなら彼に聞いてみるといいわ。
Okay.
やっと手がかりを見つけたな。早く行ってみようぜ。
He's like, I'm feeling stabby today. I was when I was grunting, I was making a motion with my hands as if I'm stabbing, but I realized that I don't have like a face cam or anything, so people won't see the body language that I put into these videos and would just hear me grunting awkwardly. Kosen, why are you stabbing? Ah, you got me. Ah, you got me.
うわこの人すごくお酒臭い
He smells like booze. I'm practicing an ancient martial art called Drunken Spear. And it's very hard to master, so I have to train day and night, which is why you're seeing me train even though there is a party, a feast going on.
お前は確かメカジキ2番隊の隊長。そうだったよな。
Oh yeah.
渡積島に戻ってきてたのか。てっきり正体を見捨てて一人で逃げたのかと思ったぜ。
Oh no.
おいらたちが逃げるもんか
In fact, we actually run towards the fight. We heard about what was happening and we ran to where we thought the Fatui was producing delusions. So, yeah, praise us.
どうだか。平和やら安定やら、みんなそんなことばっか口にしてるが。抵抗軍にとって一番大事なことが何なのか忘れてないよな。
I would not agree that it's the warrior's will, but more like compassion for the Sangonomiya, or not Sangonomiya, the Watatsumi people, right? The will to protect them.
そうだ。お前にまだ抵抗軍の兵士たる資格があるかどうか、俺が試してやる。
Please, you think you can fight against us?
俺に勝ったらお前たちの質問に答えてやるよ。
なんかこの人とは会話がしづらいな。
Come on, Paimon, we don't know who he is. Maybe he just talks like this to everyone. This is normal to him.
どうする？やるのか？
In a few seconds, you'll be begging to talk.
そういうことは俺に勝ってから言うんだな。
Okay. Okay. Watatsumi soldier, aggressive radical. Alright, let's see what you got for us. I am doing what is called the figure 8 maneuver. It is really hard to master by a noob like you. Can you even predict where I'm going to be? Now this is the spiral maneuver, where I slowly spiral out. Alright. It would be funny if they programmed him to like die in one hit. That took a good amount of he's actually hurting me, but he's not like knocking me back or anything. Oh, he actually like disintegrated there.
強い。さすが三五宮様が選んだお方。
I wasn't even using a percentage of my power.
お前にはまだ戦う意志が残っているようだ。もしかしたら、お前なら俺たちを理解できるかもしれない。メカジキ2番隊の隊長、俺たちの仲間になってくれないか。
First, you will have to tell me what's going on in that silly little head of yours.
天領奉行とファデュイの結託は俺たちが流したガセだ。
What are you talking about? It totally did. Okay, maybe it wasn't a Tenryou commission. I thought like the Tenryou commission is like the blanket term for like the different commissions in Narukami, like the Kujo commission, the Kamisato commission, or are they just clans? The Kujo commission, and there was another commission that we talked to that I whose name escapes me that we were stuck on Rito Village, and there's like a different commission that kind of like headed that area. But yeah, I thought like Tenryu Commission was like the blanketing term for all the commissions that build up the shogunate. That it's like made out of, the shogunate it's made out of, all the different like um parties. I don't know. But I guess that's not the case. But no, even though if they made up the fact that the Tenryu Commission was colluding with the factory or the Fatui, we know that is true, don't we? Like, even if they made it up, it still turns out to be true. So, I don't know how to explain that properly.
そんなココミがずっと心配してたことなのに、お前たちの嘘だったのかよ。
Yeah, you deserve to be kicked in the nuts by Paimon.
どうしてそんなことするんだ。一歩間違えればまた天領奉行と戦争になっちゃうんだぞ。
そう、それこそが俺たちの望む結末だ。和平交渉？ふん、そんなことばかり考えてたら渡積島に未来はない。天領奉行が考えを変えないと誰が保証できる。雷電将軍が次のメガリレーを発令しないと誰が保証できるんだよ。我々抵抗軍に最も必要なのは戦う意志だ。天領奉行と雷電将軍は信じるに値しない。信じられるのは自分自身のみ。
Oh, so he just doesn't think Watatsumi Island people can coexist with Raiden Shogun and the Tenryu Commission and the Shogunate and everything. So it's either like them or us or whatever, that kind of sentiment. It's like black and white. So the only way to prevent another Vision Hunt decree or anything similar to that is to literally just wipe out the opposing side instead of like talking and trying to come to some sort of consensus or some sort of agreement or some sort of what's the word, like the word for like you give and take, compromise, like some sort of compromise on both ends. I guess that one old lady from I guess a video or two ago, I don't remember when we talked to that old lady, she was like concerned about Watatsumi Island or Kokomi just compromising too much and essentially just giving all the power back to the Tenryu Commission and the Shogunate. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're not really doing a good job in providing the different points of view on this matter. This guy just seems like he's angry that he'll be out of a job pretty soon here if peace continues. So he wants there to be war so that he won't lose his position as a samurai of Sangonomiya.
お前もそう思うだろ。
それも一理あるけど、なんだか言ってることに少し違和感が。
What it boils down to is you just want to fight.
あ、そうだぞ。そんなこと言って結局全部憶測じゃないか。そういった憶測のせいでガセ情報をでっち上げてたくさんの人が待ち望んだ平和を壊そうとしてるっていうのか。
Yeah, listen to Paimon.
何も知らんくせに俺に説教するな。お前らに何がわかる。
We're not acting like we're above it all. We're trying to understand the situation with a more, like a deeper perspective. And that's why we're having this conversation, are we not? Don't just, like, brush us aside just because you don't want to hear our perspective on the situation.
戦いに勝つため、俺たちはずっと極限まで戦う意志を貫いてきた。それを今さら、もう意味がないだなんて。
So this person is just willing to sacrifice their entire like civilization in order to fight this war because, like, hate to break it to him, but if this war is drawn out, they will be wiped off of this earth because Raiden Shogun has the ability to split mountains. And nobody in their army comes close. Like their entire army added up probably couldn't even do something like that. So, and then they're already like less in number, less in skills, less in training. I guess that's skills too, and worse in like, wait, what did I say? They don't have as much supplies. They don't have as much bodies, like as much people to fight this war. The people themselves are not as skilled, and there isn't any like organization within their ranks all that much. And they're heavily relying on the strategist tactician aspects of Kokomi to win their wars. So like they are not gonna win a drawn out war with the shogunate. And yeah, your ideals is kind of not very informed.
俺たちに武器を下ろさせ一般人のように生活しろと言われてもそんなことできるわけないだろ
You don't have to put down your weapon. You can teach people.
見えてくるんだよ戦場で犠牲になった仲間の姿が
Well, the friends that you lost in battle chose to fight, didn't they not? Unless they were conscripted. But it doesn't seem like that's the case if you weren't conscripted and you want to continue fighting. So that does not justify mourning the loss of your friends in a war you're fighting. Doesn't justify continuing a war that will eventually kill all of your loved ones if it's drawn out. That doesn't seem like a good justification to continue a war. In fact, it's like the opposite. The fact that you've lost friends and family in battle should make you feel like war is not worth it. Now, because of these kind of close relations, it's just too costly to lose for the sake of like fighting. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too pretentious here.
あいつらの姿が脳裏に焼き付いて離れないんだだから俺は絶対に天領奉行とメガリレーを許さない
If this guy had a vision, are they implying that he has a vision and that's why he feels so strongly against the Fish and Hunt decree? Because right now he's just a generic like NPC model and it doesn't look like he has a vision, so then it makes us think like the Vision Hunt decree doesn't really affect him personally all that much, so him having strong feelings against it doesn't really make all that much sense. And yeah, this is why like I don't know, I really feel like MiHoYo has really dropped the ball lately with these stories, and they haven't really thought through all these plot points all that much. And then the moment I kind of like interface with this part of the story, it just like sets off so much red flags in my mind that I immediately don't have like the opinion to describe, but it just like makes me feel like so frustrated that this is happening. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is gonna be the last like story quest I'm gonna record, because I remember like in the first video I made for this story quest, I was saying like I kind of don't want to do the story quest anymore because it takes up so much of my time, and I would much rather spend it on like playing other games that have more interesting story that like on their own can entertain people, and my commentary would just kind of like add on top of it. Whereas in this case, I feel like the story is like so bad that the only way for me to salvage these videos, I guess, is for me to make like interesting insights and interesting talking points. And on top of that, I feel like I don't do a good job doing that. So like, I feel like these videos that I'm making, even though I'm kind of like a completionist in a way where I feel like because I started doing the story quests, I should continue doing it as much as I can, and it's really hard to make the decisions to stop. So yeah, I don't know. I would much rather do content on games with better like narratives, I guess. And when this game first came out, the narratives was, or the story was like pretty interesting. It has like enough to it that I feel like it was entertaining enough that me adding my commentary kind of, I don't know, adds to it maybe. And maybe like people can watch just for the story and kind of like not really listen to my commentary too much. But like lately these stories has just been like just so hard to watch that my commentary is the only thing that I can rely on to make these videos good. But I don't know, it's just hard. Hard to make decisions. But anyway, let's just
お前と
continue.
俺たちは同志ではなかったようだ。このことをサンゴノミヤ様に言いたいのなら好きにしろ。だが俺たちを止めようとするのならもう間に合わない。
間に合わない？どういうことだ？
Don't you dot 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 me.
無視を決め込んでるぞ。どうしよう。緊急事態だ。早くココミに伝えよう。
Not only do we need to tell Kokomi the full story right away, we also need to bring this guy. Maybe like put him in jail or something to be questioned, because this guy has most likely set into motion something that is not good for, I guess, the people here, and he needs to be held accountable for it. We're here to arrest you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Oh, Kokomi, we've got news for you. Alright, Kokomi. We have a little treat here, and I hope you enjoy it really quick. We'll give you a little bit of ice cream. And you enjoyed it, right? Yep. Okay, you enjoyed it. Okay, now time for the bad news.
とにかくそういうことなんだ。
Remember that anxiety you were feeling? Now feel more anxiety because of reason.
天領奉行とファディの結託はそいつらがでっち上げたことで和平交渉をめちゃくちゃにして戦争を続けるのが目的らしい。それにオイラたちが何をやってももう間に合わないって。
そうだったのですね。
From what I understand, or from what I can see with the story, this whole story plot seems to be like just setting up a way to make Kokomi seem pretty awesome. Like the whole plot point right now is that, oh, this nefarious situation is set up that is impossible to stop. How are we going to get out of this one? And then Kokomi is going to figure out some genius way to stop it. Oh my goodness. But they said it was never going to be stopped. But then Kokomi was able to do it, so she must be super awesome, right? That's kind of like what I feel the story is going to. Or maybe like this whole thing is going to go to a point where it turns out Kokomi has to work together with was it Kujo Sarah that's coming to this? Was it Kujo Sarah? I don't think Raiden Shogun's gonna show up herself, because they didn't even like mention Raiden Shogun all that much, but they did mention the Kamisato clan and the Kujo clan earlier. So I'm thinking it's gonna be like Ayaka and Sarah that's gonna be in these peace talks. So maybe like we're gonna see a point where Kokomi has to like work with pretty much her enemies at this point in order to like solve a problem. And then we can all be friends after that. Like, oh, we all helped each other, aren't we best friends now? Are you feeling alright?
大丈夫です。ご心配をおかけしてしまいましたね。
Oh, so you have a plan. Let me hear it.
このことは私のせいでもあります。私がもっと早く彼らの気持ちに気づけていたらこんなことにはなりませんでした。光善が言っていた間に合わない、 何を指しているのかおおよその予想はつきます。和平交渉は明日ですが、双方の自衛はすでに交渉地点に到着し、周囲の安全を確認している状況です。
Oh, they're gonna start some shit?
公然のような主戦派がそれら自衛に紛れて交渉の場を壊そうとしているのでしょう。
じゃあどうするんだよ。オイラたちが今からそこに行って自衛を交代させるか？
Uh-oh, those guys might end up being the fall guys and just get thrown under the bus. So, like, in this situation where, like, these guards are stirring up shit and making the situation worse, the leader can only, like, kind of, like, throw them under the bus and be like, oh, they're acting on, like, you see this happen very often with, like, video game companies and stuff when, like, employees say something on like social media or something that kind of reflects poorly on the company. They're always like, oh, the opinions expressed by this employee just is not condoned by blah 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 company, XXYY company. And they just kind of like throw the employee under the bus, and maybe even the employee gets fired or something because of what they say on social media, and then it just makes the company looks like they're not a part of it. Like, oh, we don't condone this stuff, so yeah, we have to do a launch an internal investigation. So if like these guards were to start something with the Tenryu Commission, Kokomi is just gonna have to do like the it's kind of like a dick move, I guess, to like throw your own people under the bus in order to like save face.
いえ、それでは妥当性に欠けます。第一に、私たちが新しい自衛を連れて中立地帯へ向かえば余計な警戒をさせてしまうでしょう。
Wait, what? No? How do they know? How would the other side know which guards you're bringing in? Unless you've told them, like, John and Terry and Lawrence are coming on our side. Who's gonna come on your side there? And here are the pictures, so you know how they look like. Like, if you just swap them out last minute, I don't think the other side would know that you swapped out the cards, right?
それに、主戦派の兵士たちが早々に計画を実行し、天領奉行の自衛を攻撃して戦争を引き起こしてしまう可能性もあります。
I would agree with that. If you suddenly like, so like this one or two guards or whatever, a few guards going to make sure the meeting zone is safe. If they're suddenly like taken away from that position, they'll panic and be like, "Oh, the plan isn't working. I must do something drastic and like maybe make things worse." So yeah, I agree with Kokomi in this sentiment.
何より、このことに参与している渡積島の兵士の数がわからない以上、人員を変えても結局意味がないかもしれません。
Okay.
なんだか複雑だな。じゃあもう方法はないのか？
ご心配なく。ことが起きた以上、私が対策を考えます。兵士たちの考えは間違っているとはいえ、全て彼らのせいということではありません。いずれにせよ、彼らの命をどう守るのか、その方法を考えなくては。
Yeah, if any harm comes with anyone, you can just throw your jellyfish out there and it'll just heal everyone.
明日、またここで会いましょう。
Okay, that sounds good. This is actually getting kind of interesting. I kind of wish it led into this a lot sooner, like right away. Like, when the story just started, they're saying like, oh, Sangonomiya Kokomi invites you to a victory feast. And it just went to this situation right away, like, we come here, and Sangonomiya welcomes us and goes like, oh, hey, traveler. You're the captain of Swordfish 2. Thanks for, and then, I don't know, maybe we can still hang out with her, I don't know. And then we come to this point, and then we talk to some people that leads us to that dude, that we find out there's like this plot to kind of ruin everything for everyone. And yeah, continue with this part of the story. If it led into this right away, I think I would be like really happy with the story. But the fact that we did like a side thing with Goro fighting against Fatui, and then we did this other side thing with a merchant that was being accused by guards. Was a little bit I don't know. It was like, it looks like it was intentionally trying to prolong this story this story quest. And I guess I did enjoy the little moment we had with Kokomi in the cave, where we kind of like get a little bit of bonding time with her, where she's like really stressed out and tired from having to deal with all these like high stakes things about war and people and the people of this country and stuff. Would this be considered a country? This land, this island, I guess. And yeah, that part was kind of enjoyable, but I feel like now we're in like a really good place in the story where the plot seems like it's actually moving along. Like, oh, we know there's a problem up ahead. We know we have people who needs to deal with this problem, and now we're anticipating and trying to we're like thinking about what ways and waiting for what would happen next. And now we're interested in what's going to happen next too, because there's imminent threat, and the main characters now have to find a way to deal with this threat, which is like a bit better of a story beat than what we had before. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to end things here. I hope you enjoyed. I do feel like I might be a bit long-winded a lot of the times with these stories, and let me know how, I don't know, what you think about my commentary, because I'm still really curious about that. And let me know if I'm talking too much. If I get a lot of people saying like my commentary is like not very interesting or very I don't know, not well explained, maybe it will like push me in a different direction. Whereas right now I'm getting no feedback at all, since not a lot of people watch these videos. And I'm just kind of going with the flow, going with what I feel like is comfortable. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. And I hope to see you in the next one where we'll figure out how we're going to stop things from getting worse. Goodbye.